Well, I'm on my way out of Boiling Springs. I know this doesn't show a whole lot. I should have started this video back when I was actually downtown, but by the ATC, but that's where that goes. It's 9 o'clock, Wednesday the 27th. I got dropped off this morning from the hostel and about 8 o'clock went down to the Cafe 101. Had a good breakfast. A couple plate-sized pancakes, eggs, hash browns, toast. The kind of breakfast I've been looking for since I started this hike 1,100 miles ago. Finally got one. Only took me half the trip to do it. Maybe now I can start finding better breakfasts like that again. So heading out for, the plan is the next shelter, 14 miles. Gonna take it easy again today. Ribs are still giving me trouble, but they are better. They're the worst first thing in the morning. It's kind of strange when I first get up, but as I get going, things start feeling better. Heading up the hill now, so everything's already starting to get labored and I can feel it pulling. Kind of interesting, get to hike the highway. So, anyway, as I was saying, the 14 miles, and most likely I'll stop there. There's another shelter just past that, like another 8 or something, but it's really unlikely I'll do that. I got plenty of food. I'm still packing around like 4 days of food supply because I haven't been eating and I've been eating in town. So when I get to Duncannon, my original supply point, I probably won't need to pick up but just a couple of little things and that'll be it. The trail takes me right through that, but that'll be probably maybe tomorrow or day after, not sure when. Alright, with that we have the last final thing. It's supposed to start raining around 11-12 o'clock, so I've only got a couple hours, and it's supposed to continue with thunderstorms all day long. Nice thing about that, or the upside of that, I guess, is it won't be too hot, and tomorrow is supposed to bring the sun back. So here we go. Enough of this road walk. We're back to the trail. I don't know what it is, it just doesn't feel the same. Walking along the roads. Ugh, how boring. I didn't look that close at my book. I don't think it's supposed to be really anything rough today. Mostly a couple of little bumps, but somewhat flat. I'm really counting on that.
You thought it was muddy before.
Can you believe after hiking over 1,100 miles, they finally put a sign up saying trip hazard? If you've seen the videos of this trail, it's been going since day one. Pretty fancy boardwalk along here. I am somewhere. There's a road just to my right. In that mess somewhere. Anyway, can't see it at the moment. There's a car going by. Did it show up? It's not showing up. I'm not sure why. Anyway, there's a river. Can't call it a creek, man. That's way too big. It's got to be some kind of river, but I'm not finding a name. I'm roughly, if my gut hooks is correct, and I'm not so sure it is, says I'm like 4 miles from the shelter, Darlington Shelter or Darlington Shelter, something like that, which is where I'm headed for. It's 12 o'clock now. That means I'll be there in about 2 hours. Then again, I got some uphill to do before I get there. That's the one major uphill on today's journey, is just before the shelter. And of course there's lousy water supply at the shelter, so they recommend you get it about a mile before you get there. Which doesn't make me happy, having to carry a whole bunch of water. Let's see, it would be almost 3 liters of water if I fill all 3 bottles and my dirty water bag, but that's the way it goes. I'll take another look at it before I do all that and see if I can't get water in the morning after I leave the shelter. I have to say though that as good as I'm feeling, it is real tempting to keep right on going past that shelter to the next one. But I don't really need to get to Duncannon for resupply that quickly, since I'm still packing around 4 days worth of food. So we'll see what we do. Anyway, there's the highway I was talking about. So I turned away from the creek or the river and hit the highway. I'm gonna go over the river now. That's cool. I like that. They got the light blaze over there on the right telephone pole, right hand side of the road, but yet the sidewalk, the only sidewalk and the only shoulder, no shoulder on the bridge to walk, is on the left. I'm not sure I understand that mess. Now there's a water supply, but no thank you. I don't like taking water out of a river. There's just something about it that bothers me. Too much surface water gets inside in it. I mean, look at that foam and garbage. Yuck, I don't want to be drinking stuff like that. I don't care if it's filtered or not. Anyway, that's the latest scenery for now. The rest of the scenery today has basically just been a lot of farmland with corn and what have you getting planted, even grass. It's been pretty easy hiking through the flat farmlands. Okay, before I walk off and leave these plants with the orange flowers, I wanted to catch a quick video. I have no idea what they are, if anybody knows. So the AT surprises me once again with some of the scenic views we have. A dead car hulk alongside the trail, where I stop to get water before I get to my shelter today. Interesting things we see on these hikes. Almost 2 o'clock, racing the bad weather to get to camp, but I couldn't refuse the actual first view of being up above things all day. So there's my valley. No doubt I was down in there someplace today. Looks like a hell of a big body of water out there. Don't know what that is. Oh. Hey, so I made it to the, what is that, Darlington? Darlington, I guess that's pronounced, shelter. Made it in record time, got here by 2 o'clock actually. I think it's now 2 o'clock. I've been here for about a half hour, whatever time it is now. Yeah, it's 2:30, so I got here about 2 o'clock. Anyway, nice looking shelter. Don't know how much you can actually see in the dark here, but got a couple double-decker spots and lots of room. Fairly clean looking too. These shelters are getting nice. Man, I stayed in all the crappy ones down south, and now they're getting better up north, and I'm not using them. Anyway, got my stuff set up, my hammock set up in the tenting area. So, beat the rainstorm. I got pissed on a couple of times, nothing major. It was really kind of nice, kept me cooled down. The ribs worked for me today. The breathing was much better. Still laboring up the hills and got some pain, but I think in a couple days, my ribs should be all back to normal, which will be really nice. So anyway, with that, we'll wait and do a wrap up later. I'd give you a quick shot of my tent set up for the night. I'll show you the skies. It's 6 o'clock. The storm still hasn't hit. It's really pretty calm. It's actually feeling really nice. I'm starting to wonder if we are going to get any rain tonight, or at least any thunderstorms. We might get some rain. I'll be happy if we don't. But this really is a surprise to everybody who's here. We've probably got about a dozen campers now. Anyway, this is the start of my wrap up for the day. So I was saying, at 6 o'clock, everything's done. Dinner's done. That's the interesting thing. A number of us got here. One of the girls that stayed at the hostel last night with me is here. Another guy that I met quite a while ago, and then I ran into him at the restaurant this morning. He showed up. Got quite a crowd here tonight. It's an interesting crowd. They're kind of a lot of fun. The young couple that just started their northbound hike in Harper's Ferry the other day, they're here. And so anyway, the whole day really was an easy breezy hike. One short hill, the last couple of miles, I wouldn't even call it 2 miles. It was fairly easy. There were a couple of spots with some high steps and went up a little bit of a steep section, but nothing serious. Got here super early, like 2 o'clock, and set up camp within a half an hour. I'm getting faster setting my tent up. That's always nice, or my hammock setup, I should say. So there's one other tenter besides me. The rest are staying in the shelter because they're all concerned about the thunderstorm that's not showing up. And other than that, it was a nice day. A little drizzle now and then, but nothing serious. And got here, my ribs are feeling pretty good. They're a little sore now, I think because I've settled down and not moving again. And but they didn't really give me much trouble today, so I'm really happy with that. And I'm hoping that tomorrow will be the same. I'm going to be hitting, what the heck was the name of that town? Duncannon or something like that tomorrow. Probably, I'll probably get there before noon. It's like 10 miles away is all. And if the hiking is as easy tomorrow as what the map's showing, won't take nothing to get there. And I'll have lunch in town and probably just go in and grab a couple of quick things. I don't need a lot of supplies, but I do need a couple of quick things. And then I'll come back and head out and get to who knows where. I'm not sure how far I'll go tomorrow. I haven't even really looked in the book that serious yet. Just kind of leaving it open right now. Weather's supposed to be getting better tomorrow, and it's looking like we're going to start getting some much better and hotter temperatures in the next few days. Won't go past that because who knows from day to day anymore. So anyway, that pretty well wraps things up, and that's it for now.